Okay, y'all. So, I was watching this movie called Species, and it was this scene that actually resonated with me and caught my attention, and it's the reason why I decided to do this video. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a few scenes out of this movie, and I'm gonna let them play, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give my thoughts and my commentary on what I took from the video. So just pay attention. Now, noticing this
problems with the people at work.
Noticing this scene that's coming up, she asked him, she said, is he having a problem with the people at work? And he's gonna say, they point the finger at me like I'm the weird one, I'm the strange one. Why? Because I have feelings, because I feel. And that instantly resonated with me, because empaths know other empaths. But I'm going to come back with my commentary, y'all. I'm going to just let these scenes play.
They point the finger at me saying, I'm the weird one, I'm the strange one. Why? Because I have feelings? Do they feel?
And notice this next scene that's coming up. He already knew that someone was at the door for him before they even knocked on the door.
There's someone at the door.
I won't answer that. Whoever it is, they can come back at the end of the hour.
That's for me.
Sorry I have to interrupt. We need your help, Dan.
I know. Gotta go.
Okay, now this next scene I'm going to play, I'm going to play another one where he lets you know what exactly that he is. Just give me a second, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to start it from right here.
Well, I guess we all must be here for the same reason. Whatever that is.
I'm Dan Smithson. And I don't know why I'm here either. But they say they needed me and that it was very important, so I came.
What do you do, Dan?
I'm an empath.
He said he's an empath. Now pay attention to the rest of this scene.
Show me awful things that people have done. And then I try to tell them why they did it.
What qualifies you for that?
I feel things deeply, that's all.
What am I feeling right now?
You want to believe that nothing affects you, that you're not afraid of anything. But you're curious. Just like the rest of us.
Stephen Arden, Harvard Anthropology Department, expert in cross-cultural behavior.
Okay, so now that those scenes are over with, I'm gonna give you guys my commentary on the situation. Now, if you go to the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 24 through 30, and I actually have my Bible sitting right here with me, but I'm showing you guys on the screen, so I'm just gonna read it. The parable of the wheat and the tares. It says, another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced the crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The servant said to him, Do you want us then to go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow unto the harvest, and at the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, First gather together the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Now, you probably saying, what does this scripture have to do with the scene we just watched? Well, I'm here to tell you that the empaths are the wheats. We are the Father's real children, the Most High's real children. We are the real humans on this earth. We are the wheat. And we are surrounded by imposters, which is the tares. And they are the majority. So the wheat, the empaths, targeted individuals, whatever you want to call it, the real targeted individuals, we are the real humans. We are the real children of the Most High. We are the light. We are the good on this earth. And they know us by the good fruit that we bear on this earth. The wheat represents the good children, those who are righteous and kind. And the tares are of the enemy. They are of the devil's children. They are bad, poisonous, and evil. They are the imposters. They are imitators, and they are mimickers. They like to mimic us in the things that we do. And the world likes to call these tares narcissists or sociopaths or psychopaths. All these different names. But it all comes down to one thing. They are the tares that's in the Bible. Spiritually, physically, and biblically. And just know when you come across these imposters that they are sent by the enemy. They are the devil's children. Now I'm going to give you guys a definition of empathy. Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from within their frame or reference, meaning the capacity to place oneself in another's position. If you ever heard the saying of put yourself in my shoes, you know, that's just another saying. It's the ability to sense others' emotions. Now, what do these psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists all have in common? I mean, it's multiple things that they have in common, but what's the main thing? They all lack empathy. They all lack the ability to feel someone else's emotions. This is one of the most distinctive features of them. Now, the doctors and these psychologists and stuff, they like to tell you it's a psychological disorder, when in reality, it's a spiritual disorder. It's because they are not the real humans. And that's something that they don't want to tell you. They cannot be taught empathy because they were not wired that way. If you notice in a parable, we were wired to be good. We were wired to be righteous. They are wired to do evil. They are wired to be deceptive. They cannot be taught empathy. They will simply use it as a way to be devious or to manipulate. They do not come wired with empathy. They are only wired to be evil, deceptive, and to do harm to the Lord's children, which is us. They have no empathy, therefore they cannot love. Therefore, they are not of the Father. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few characteristics of psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists. One, they are manipulative. They have difficult relationships. They are very deceitful, callous, dishonest. They are liars. They are very hostile. They are very irresponsible, very impulsive, very selfish, and very abusive. Now, I'm going to give you some characteristics of us empaths. We are highly intuitive. We are very selfless, very introverted. We oftentimes put others before ourselves. We discover lies and deception very quickly. We connect with others. We are very forgiving, sometimes too forgiving. We are lovers. We are healers. We are nurturers. We are highly sensitive and kind and nice. We absorb others' emotions. We have huge hearts. We strive for the truth. And we are also good listeners. Now, everything that we are is the opposite of what the terrors are. They like to break the rules. They like to steal. They are constantly being deceptive or constantly lying. They are aggressive towards others or even animals. They do not learn from their mistakes. They use humor or charisma as a way to manipulate others. They are often known as cold, meaning they show no emotions. They deceive others, and they lack a conscience. They are the complete opposite of what the children of the Most High are. They are the complete opposite. And I know this for a fact because I've actually dated a narcissist, or what do you want to call it, a terror. That's the correct term. I've actually dated one of these things, and I got to see firsthand. Now, when I first started to date this terror, he came off as very charismatic, very kind. You know, it was nothing but deception though. He played off of my energy, my feelings of being an empath, and my ability to feel other people's emotions. He played off of that. Was very, very manipulative. Actually was a pathological liar. The whole relationship turned out to be a lie. I basically got deceived throughout the whole time. And it was a point in time when I didn't really know what was going on. I guess that was just the weed in me, the empath in me, constantly giving them the benefit of the doubt, constantly blaming myself for things that I actually knew wasn't my fault. Constantly making up excuses for this person. not realizing that what I was dealing with was pure evil. It was pure evil, and it was sent by the enemy. He was sent by the devil to do me harm, to abuse me, to bear false witness against me, to make my light go out, basically. And see, these psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists, these terrors, what they do is, see, they mimic us. Everything that we want them to be, that's what they pretend to be at first. But see, when you are wired to be a certain way, you can only pretend for so long before your true colors come out. Let me give you an example. Just like I'm a wheat, right? So, I can only pretend to not care. I can only pretend that nothing affects me. I can only pretend to not have emotion. But eventually, who I really am will come out, which is a person that's full of emotion. Yes, I get sad. Yes, I take on other people's feelings and emotions and problems, and I feel it within my core, within the core of my soul. Yes, I really do give a fuck, you know. And so it's vice versa. It's the same for these terrorists. They can only pretend to be good. They can only pretend to care. They can only pretend to have empathy and to have emotion. But eventually, just like the Most High said, during the time of the harvest, you shall know them by their fruits. So, with that being said, eventually who they really are is going to begin to come to the surface. And that is an evil, manipulative, deceptive, serpent piece of shit with no conscience. And that's exactly what these things are. And another thing I noticed is that we are surrounded by them. We are surrounded by evil. It's like they are the majority. Like everywhere I go, I will notice that even inside of my family, I have them in my family, disguised as loving family members, disguised as being my cousins or my siblings or my mom or my dad. When in reality, none of it is real. They are terrors. And I always used to wonder, like, dang, you know, like, I just feel like I don't belong. I just always feel off. Because I'm like, dang, why it seem like I'm the only person that always feel all these emotions? Like, I'm always being so nice, you know, even when I'm being done wrong. And even when I know, you know, that some shit is not right. It's like, it's just something that's wired in me, in my heart, to be that way. But see, they don't give a fuck though. They'll play on your emotions. They'll play on your feelings. They'll suck all your energy out of you if you let them. Because you gotta remember, they are not wired in love. They're wired in hate and to be evil. They don't have the ability to actually love. They can only mimic us real humans. Remember, you guys, it's a spiritual disorder. So, and what did the Most High tell you in the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 7 through 21? But I'm going to just read verse 16. And the Lord said, so we have come to know and to believe sorry, I'm trying to highlight this for y'all. So we have come to know and to believe the love that the Father has for us. Yahweh is love. The Father is love. And whoever abides in love abides in the Father. And the Father abides in him. And I'm going to end it with that. These creatures, they do not abide in love. They lack empathy. Therefore, they cannot love. Anything that they do is all deception and it's all for personal gain. So, yeah. That's just what I took from the movie when I watched it. From those little clips or whatever. And, another thing I want to say is empaths, we are always operating in a spirit of love, even when we are surrounded by hate, even when we are surrounded by people who dislike us and who don't like us. It's like at the end of the day, no matter what, we are always operating in this spirit of love. It's like we do the opposite of what they do because we are the real humans and they are not. They are imposters. They are fake, counterfeit humans. And like the Most High said, they look like us, meaning in meat suits. Because y'all gotta understand, we spirit before we flesh. So what you look at when you look in the mirror is just a meat suit that we in. But up underneath all of this is the real human. It is who we really are. And I'm going to end it on this note. I'm going to go back to the parable of the wheat and the tares. When the Lord said to bundle the tares, to bind them, to be burned. I'm telling y'all now, all of these counterfeit humans, all these creatures that been parading around this world for so many years and blending in with us and mating with real humans, and some people, a lot of people, they even have children by these things, and they're not real humans. They are going to hell, you guys, because they sow bad seeds. They are bad, dead, evil, wicked fruit. That is what they bear. And so, if you have children with these things, most likely your child is going to come out to be just like that tear. Okay? I'm telling you, empathy cannot be taught. It has to be wired in you. You have to be born with it. Anything other than that is counterfeit. It's not real. And these things will go to hell. They are going to burn in a lake of fire. That's why the Father said to gather them together in bundles right here so that they can be burned. But gather the wheat into my barn. Meaning if we do not give up, if we continue being empathetic and being who we really are, we're going to reap the prize. We're going to reap the reward of our labors. Meaning we're going to go to heaven with the Father and be surrounded by abundant love. But the key is to not give up. Alright. That's all I got for right now. Y'all stay up. All my empaths, real humans, and targeted individuals, the real ones, this video gonna resonate with you. If you feel me, this some next level shit. This some shit that they don't want y'all to know about. But yeah, I'm out.